I'm Cindi Blackburn. I'm the claims supervisor at Walmart in Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, number 57, and I have been here almost 34 years. I started out on weekends in soft lines, just basically cleaning up, at night, and then in about a month's time after that I went to fabrics, and I stayed there for a while. I came to work in July of 1985. In fact, I had not even moved to Arkansas. I was still living in Mississippi. And my husband stayed down there 3 more weeks. And I ended up living with my mother and father-in-law, even at the very start of me working for Walmart. It was just a fun place to come into. And when I went to fabrics, I have a love for fabrics. That's probably one of my favorite things. And I did that off and on all through my career, but it still didn't seem to be enough. So I went to layaway, and I did layaway for about a year, and the position for personnel came up. And I went to personnel, and I was there through the transition from the old store to the new store. And that was a challenge, a very big challenge, because this is a small town. It's hard to find a lot of people to do setups and everything else and keep them, because a lot of people aren't Walmart made. So we made it, and we got through it and everything. And I stayed in personnel probably for another year. I went to fabric department manager, and that was just really my love. I love fabrics. I stayed in fabrics until I went to the district trainer for fabrics, and we went to Tulsa. We went to several places during that time, and after that, I became a support manager, and I was a support manager for about 3 years, and I was given the opportunity to go be an assistant manager. And I trained at the 128 in Jonesboro with Janet Manley, and absolutely loved being over there. And I came back here as an assistant, and I was in this store for probably 4 years, and the opportunity came up that I could go to Pocahontas to be an assistant. And because one of my best friends was working down there, I really wanted to be down there, and I went to Pocahontas, and they were so good to me. I mean, they really were. But during that time, I had a tragedy in my life, and I was there for less than a year. And after this occurred, I just decided that I was going to step down. I had a young child at that time. I needed to be home with him more. And so I stepped down and stepped back into the store. And I was here probably a week and a half, maybe. And they put me as department manager in domestics. And I took it, and it wasn't very long after that I was department manager in fabrics, crafts, domestics, and everything. And I really enjoyed it. But then they came up with the home thing, and they just kept adding responsibilities. And I have a few problems with arthritis and things, and it just got to be a little overwhelming for me. So they had an opening in claims, and I took that, and I've been there for 11 years, and I really like claims. It's, you see something different every day. You do a lot of different things every day.
Cindi as an associate is not just one that you rely on, but it's one that you can depend on every day. She goes above and beyond, not just in her role as claims, but she does a store-wide outlook on what needs to be done day to day to make the store function as a whole, not just what her job role is as a claims associate or claims manager.
My dad was a minister. There were 6 children in my family, and ministers don't get paid very much money. And so my mother and my dad both worked, and we had big gardens, we had animals, everything. We worked hard. Because my parents were working, we had to be the ones that were out there doing it. And I think that's where my work ethic came from, is just because We worked all our lives. We didn't know any different. You've heard the saying, whistle while you work. We sing while we work. We've always been singers. We do it. I mean, I'm not a great singer by any means, but I love to sing. And we just, I think being happy has a lot to do with it. If you're not happy, you're not going to do your best. You're not going to do what you need to do. And I think there's been days now, don't get me wrong. I can be mean too. But most of the time, I'm a happy person, and I just do my job and go home. That way I don't have to worry about it.
Cindy's personality is one like no other, is the best way to put it. We have a saying here, if Cindy's singing, it's going to be a good day. So 99% of the time we come in, Cindy's singing. Everything's normal, but we're humans. So if Cindy's not singing, we'll stop in, cheer her up. We'll see what we can do, because Cindy's that bubbly person. She wants to put herself out there and make other people happy around the store, not just herself.
Whenever Carrie approached me and asked me if I wanted to be kind of the community coordinator, and she wanted me to go to the chamber meetings and stuff, see what was going on, try to get involved with that. I went to the chamber meeting, and they were changing it over from the Iron Mountain Festival to the Beetle Festival. They were asking, for ideas and stuff, and I just threw out there, what about a talent show? And they were like, what kind of talent? I said, well, let's do like American Idol, kind of, sort of, and let's see about do something on that line. And they said, well, what would you call it? And I said, I don't know, something about talent. And one of the girls there said, what about nothing but talent? And so we ran with it. Walmart sponsored it. Walmart got the prizes and everything, and I was in charge of that. And I had a blast with it. And we did it for 4 years. I went to Leadership Lawrence County after that, and was with a great group of people there, and just learned a lot about this county and how it's kind of formed and everything. It was just a really interesting thing. And I graduated from that and got my plaque and all that, so it's pretty cool. And anything that we need to go to, tie-dye the town, I've been so involved in that, making sure that we have it done here and everything. I mean, just trying to find new ways to interest people into coming into our store and shopping. I mean, it all literally comes down to my job here and what our purpose is and what we need to do. And I've had a really good time since I've been here. I'm a big jokester. I love to cut up, and I love to do all that. But when you do that, it makes other people happy, and they can do their jobs a little bit easier. If I can make it easier on them, I will try my best to do it. When I came to work here, I didn't expect to stay. I thought I would go back to college and I would finish, my college and go on to something else. But Walmart offered an opportunity for me to move up and do whatever. And I have moved up. And it's always been my choice. It was never somebody coming in telling me, you have to do this or you have to move or whatever. They've always let me make the choice, and that's a big difference, because most places will not let you make the choice. They make the choice for you.
Cindy means to the store more than just an hourly associate or an hourly supervisor. Cindy means, heart and soul. She, her tenure with this company is long and drawn out over decades. She doesn't just care about herself and day-to-day tasks. She takes the store as a whole, and she's like our little mother hen. She'll keep us in line and make sure we all stay on task as well.
Walmart's been good to me. I've had all 3 of my children while I worked here. My husband and I have been married for 37 years this year. We've really had a good life, and Walmart was a big part of that.